welcome to Confidence in the Pool. So today I've realised that there's something really important that I want to teach, and that is how to stand up in shallow water. It's sort of something that's not really addressed in infant classes, because in infant aquatic classes the parents are you're in deeper water where the parents are holding the babies, children, infants, and they're not getting that time to walk in and out of the water. So you might be walking hand in hand coming down the ramp, which is a really good thing to practice, or if you're just sliding in the deep end and they're not getting that chance to move around in the water on their own. And so when they're able to walk, it's important to also practice walking in the water. So, you know, you can practice this in the bath very carefully, holding hands, slippery in the bath, but pool or beach is perfect. Aquatic centres are great. Splash parks, you're not getting that chance to actually walk in the pools so much. Like, you're getting used to the splashes and having fun around the water. But this is a really important skill that I realised when we were at a pool recently, and I was witnessing a family going through this where the family were really uncomfortable and too scared to let this girl's arm go. She was 2, and she was just ready to go. She was getting really upset and really frustrated because she just wanted to move around and do her thing. So I had a chat with them in the end. We started a conversation and we did some frog jumps together. So teaching them frog jumps into shallow water, however deep, teaches them that skill to stand back up. So it's really important that they're getting their balance and their buoyancy in the water, so that if they fall forward, they know how to stand back up, because it is really a serious danger that if they fall forward like that and they don't know how to get their hands back under them, how do they get their feet back under them and stand up. You know, if they fall over flat on the land, they've got time to sort of get to their feet and stand up. Same concept, but for some reason in the water, it's harder to find your feet, you know, it's gravity's a little bit different, and it's just something that's really important skill that we practice that is quite overlooked, because it's not really taught in swimming lessons either for the elder children, because they're coming into water that's chest deep sort of thing. They might be sitting on a ledge or on a step where they're coming in through the steps, and there's all of that, but it's not something that's really practiced where they practice sort of walking around in sort of ankle deep, knee deep water, and where they fall, how to stand back up. So this is something we've always practiced at an aquatic centre. A pool like this is great where it's sort of shallow and then it's getting gradually deeper, and then the kids developing that awareness of when it does get deeper too and when it gets too deep for them. But that skill that I want to focus on today is really how to stand back up when they fall on their face. They're not falling on their face, they're falling into the water. It's not the same as when they hit the ground. But you know, kids can drown in ankle depth water when this happens. They could drown in a puddle. It's mind-blowing, but it could happen. You know, there's other factors there that could be at play as well. If they've slipped over, hit their head, knocked themselves out, and they could fall in the water. And if they've passed out and their face is in the water, they can drown that way. But I'm not talking about being knocked out. I'm talking about finding their feet and their balance and their buoyancy in the water there, where they're moving around, getting confident. So practicing jumping up and down, holding onto the wall, holding onto your hands, all of that fun stuff is great ways of doing that, what we're doing in the course as well. But today what we're going to be practicing is some little frog jumps. So we're just going to have our hands down in front, knees wide, and jump like a frog. Can we crawl along on our tummies, please? Crawling on our tummies through the water is another really good way of developing this as well. Water a bit deeper than this is great as well. Good crawling on it. Again, turn around. That's it, crawling on your tummies. That's another really good way of learning this. So Emmett's face just went in the water a little bit, and then learning from here to stand up. So getting your feet underneath your body, and just pushing up on your arms, similar to when we pull ourselves out at the pool, out at the end. Keep crawling, and then get those feet underneath. You can jump up like the frogs, that's it. Frog jumps when you're falling in on your face. This little girl that I was playing with the other day, she kept falling and just doing star floats face in, and she was in no hurry to stand up. She was more than happy to float confidently on her tummy, but the scary part was that she didn't know how to stand up. And even in water this deep, she didn't know how to get her feet under, how to push up on her arms, and how to just stand up. That there is a life-saving skill. So a really important one that we need to learn and practice just in fun. So fun ways like developing this, practicing our little frog jumps, jumping around people on the bus. So up and down is one of my favourite ones from Wheels on the Bus. Doing that in different depths of water. Are you ready, Emma? Big frog jump. Go. Boing. Boing. That's it. And now can you do one and then float on your tongue? That's it. Ivy. His mouth went in. And now show me how you stand up. That's it. Good job. And stand all the way up. Stand all the way up now. Good boy. Okay, step those little feet in under. Yay! Jump. 1, 2, and float. And then it is also your eyes and your face and everything is wet. Hairs in your eyes. This little girl had a swim cap on, so that wasn't her hair in the eyes that was a problem. Okay, show me how you stand up from there. That's it, feet under. Good. So even that, sometimes their face will go in the water when they're trying to stand up, especially little women. So a little 2-year-old, when they've fallen forward like that and they've got to put their hands down, their face will go back in. Or when they've done that, their face might already be in, and then they need to learn how to put their hands down, get their feet under their body and stand up, which is where we pretty much come in that frog jump position. And that frog jump is a really great way of teaching it because they've got their hands out in front, they're in that position, and then when they fall forward like that, which she was still doing quite a few times, she falls like that and then she learns to stand back up and she can get herself out of trouble from there without any assistance at all. But it can be a really scary thing, and the instinct of the parents is to just pick them up, which of course in some cases they absolutely need to. So watch them, and if they're not doing it themselves, if you're like a second or 2 or 3, then you need to step in, but you need to also give them that little bit of space to figure it out. So it's a very, very close observation for this one, watching them, giving them that little chance to try it for themselves and just trusting and being within arm's reach, right there to help if you need to. But when you know that they can stand up and letting them practice a few times first, they may end up getting a mouthful of water here and there, but it's a really, really important skill. And once they've practiced it once, it's pretty much one of those skills that stays with you, that now I know how to stand up. And it's same with learning how to stand up after you've been floating on your back, or opening your eyes after you've come under the water, which we'll cover as well. Have fun with it, guys. Stay safe and enjoy. Bye.